Hello everyone, this is Jimmy and welcome to episode 31 of Multiblock Madness. Let's start today off by taking a look at some of the singularity crafting that we set up last episode. So our extremely loud glass shard singularity has produced 561 singularities. That's probably just straight up enough. We probably can turn that off now. But yeah, some other singularities that are done are blood oranges and our vibrant bimetal gears are done. So let's pick up some of these. Shame we can't turn these singularities into the other ones. I mean, it's probably a good thing we can't, because the game would be awfully boring if we could. But there we go, 3 done. If you look in the background here, you'll notice there's some more machine setup. I did a little bit more setting up passive processing lines because I wanted to have a bit more, the other singularities that just simply have to be crafted. I want to just have the materials on hand, because there's really not that much difference between, passive crafting wires and passive crafting whatever the heck's going on here. It's just machines doing stuff. I did notice that sometimes I stack my machines vertically. Like, I have a tower of whatever these are, compactors here, right? Like over here, I stack machines vertically, and then other times I stack them horizontally. Like everything here is laid out horizontally. I'm not quite sure what drives me to do one or the other. It's not even like single block machines go vertical and multi-blocks go horizontal, right? Here's, vertically stacked crystallizers, which I think are, yeah, they made a full stack, or a full 2048 stacks of resonating crystals. Anyways, the most difficult or most unique thing I think that's being processed here is iridium alloy plate. If you remember last episode, I talked about the, I think it was an EV capacitor, and to make the number we needed, this number was like 50 billion or 50 million bytes or something, and I needed 2 million TNT. Well, a lot of that was TNT, or 2 million sulfur. That was sulfur to craft gunpowder, to craft TNT, to craft iridium alloy plates. So I figured instead of doing that on demand, because that would take literally forever, we do it passively. And look at that, there's a whole bunch of iridium alloy here now. So anyways, I think at this point I should be good to, we already have 3 of the singularities done. I think we should be good to kick off the crafting for a few of these items. So they won't be quite turned into singularities immediately, but the 3 control boards, the elite plating, the teleportation core, and I think those are the ones we're ready to make now. But before I do that, there are a couple things I want to change. First of all, I want to make my auto crafter faster. So right now there's 50 co-processors in here. I put a second layer in at some point, which makes it do, I think it's just short of 10 items a tick, or 10 crafting tasks a tick, which is a lot, but I want more. So let's add another set of 25 co-processors. Uh-oh. No? No iron ingots. That's unexpected. I've had to expand our farm a couple times. Well, not like expand, but add more seeds to it. So every now and then when I find that I'm out of a resource, I just come here, find my iron seeds. That's my last one. I'll duplicate them a few times, and then I'll go add it to the automated farm that we have, a little ways away. So it only takes it a minute or two to spread into all 10, 15, whatever crop sticks I place here. And then I just add additional copies of the seed to our farm. So I think that this has grown a little bit. It used to be, I think, like 11 by 11. Now it's probably 13 by 13. But that's the beauty of setting up the farm with the drums. The drums have absolutely massive range. So if I need to add more seeds, I just have to add more sprinklers on top. I also added a ritual. This is the Avitas ritual, which I believe increases, well, it gives regen, but it also increases plant growth speed. I don't think it actually affects mystical agriculture plants, but it might, so it's there. I mean, it's basically free. Anyways, yeah, this is my primary resource producer at this point. If I need more, I technically still have all of my iron ore. What I'll probably do is actually set up the iron ore for on-demand crafting, so that if I, craft something that needs iron this very moment, we can just on-demand craft it, like those co-processors. Another thing I'll need to craft a whole lot of these is a larger crafting CPU. So I think elite plating is one of the smaller recipes here, and it's just short of 1 million bytes. Every task in here is just a simple crafting task, which means that, it's going to take like 5-ish minutes, if I had to guess, to do all the crafting, because it's, let's actually count the total crafting tasks. This, that, and I think crystal binders craft 2 at a time. So it's basically 46,000 of these. So we count this as 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 23,000 is what? Just under 140,000 crafting tasks. So if we can do 15-ish a tick, 140,000 divided by 15 is about 10,000 ticks. That's some number. Wait, is that true? Hold on. So we have 150,000 divided by 14. Call that divided by 50. Math is hard. The 15s cancel out. That's 10,000 ticks divided by 20 is the zeros cancel. 500 seconds. That's about, just under 10 minutes. There we go. So yeah, just under 10 minutes if we're going to do 15 crafts a tick. But we need to set up a crafting CPU that can both shove items fast enough into here. So it needs to have a lot of co-processors, and it needs to obviously have enough crafting storage to actually craft the thing. The mass assembler here is also almost out of pattern slots. I'm on like halfway through page 24 of 25. So while I'm going to break into it to put the co-processors, I may as well put 25 more pattern slots in. And that uses up all the space I have inside. So if I want any more, I'm going to need a bigger processor. We can expand this in like vertically pretty easily. Actually, it'd be hard to actually, you know what? Oh no, we can, is that the corner? Pretty hard to actually place these in here now on the last row. But anyways, yeah, this will be our temporarily, maybe permanently maxed out pattern, or mass assembler, whatever we call this thing. So close her back up, give her a whack to turn the multi-block into a thing again, and now we do 226 work a tick. Very good. Let's then go build out that other crafter. So I'm gonna build out 2 large crafters, each with 25 storages and 50 co-processors. Each of these can do crafts of up to about 1.6 million bytes. So let's make those platings. Plating, and these, I don't remember the exact number, but it was a little bit under a million, right? Yep. So hit the go button, and we're off to the races. ETA is about 8 minutes, and this is actually an accurate ETA because there is no single bottleneck, and all the crafts are, have the exact same crafting time. So in 8 minutes, that one will be done. Unfortunately, it does kind of, I guess it locks me out of this thing. That's really the only machine I'm locked out of. In the meantime, let's make a few adjustments to some of our other recipes. So for the IO boards, what are they just called? These boards. Oopsies. Board. You stay in there. Oh, is my network blinking out? Am I running out of power? Tough to tell. I think we're okay. Why did it blink that time? I don't know. But anyways, these... Come on. Come with me. These boards, right now I'm crafting them in the precision assembler, which is slightly more efficient. So if we craft them in the precision assembler, it's 3 vibrant alloy plates as opposed to 6. But that's not exactly the expensive part of the recipe, right? It's the circuits and whatever. The disadvantage of crafting them in the precision assembler, it's 30 seconds for 1. Whereas if I craft them in this thing, I get, was it like 15 a tick? And 15 a tick is a lot faster than 30 seconds for 1. So even if we account for the fact that our precision assembler has a 64x, I think it is, speed modifier, yeah, that's still, half a second for 1 or 10 ticks, 9 ticks, depending on how it rounds. Given that, I think I'm going to switch these over to crafting recipes and just bite the bullet and pay the double plate cost because, I can afford it. And that'll make these crafting tasks take, 10 minutes. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely losing power. Probably because I'm using a regular power cell here. They can't transfer power fast enough. Let's add a flux plug point, whichever one. Provides energy, this one. I need to wait for my network to actually turn back on. This should be able to directly, I'll say, it's not going to connect. This should be able to directly insert the amount of energy we need into the network. In fact, let's check how much energy that is. 42,000 RF a tick while crafting. I think most of that's going into the mass assembler. Wonder if it'll tell me how much the mass assembler is using. I mean, we could compare it to just baseline use when we're not mass assembling. Apparently the mass assembler doesn't show up on this. That, oh no, there it is. Yeah, it's 6 RF a tick passive, but I think you pay per crafting operation effectively. All right, well, I'm down to just let it do its thing. Anyways, as I was saying, I'm going to swap all of these recipes over to simple crafting ones to make it finish in a reasonable amount of time. Apparently, the mass assembler has some kind of round robin logic in it too, so that I can craft other stuff while it's crafting those plates as well, which is very nice. It means I'm not actually locked out of anything. So now that they're crafting, they're not quite done yet, but elite plating, what I can do is take it, add it to this interface here, which right now I just have it set to jam everything into a quantum compressor, and it is quantum compressing. Wow, that was fast. Yes, now it's... Did I power it? Why are you... You should be making a singularity, but there's no line. Right? Where's my elite plating singularity? Ultimate catalyst. 1,000 ticks? Am I just being impatient? I'm in a bottle help. Oh, okay. The line just wasn't rendering. There we go. And there goes our first elite plating singularity. So this will consume, you know, all 23,000 of them when they're crafted and give us 23 elite plating singularities. Then I'll do the same thing kicking off the craft for some of these other ones. So with that kind of out of the way, it's just about half an hour of crafting time. Let's take a look at some of the more difficult challenges. Insanium singularity is 1,000 insanium ingots. Each one of these uses 4 insanium essence and a lot of blast furnace time. So we should try to get this set up today. But the problem with insanium is that I have 900 pieces of it total. To make 23,000 ingots, I need just under 100,000 essence. So we're, you know, 1% of the way there. I could set up a whole lot of farms to grow this stuff, but I think we're gonna run out of tick time before we have anything approximating fast enough insanium production. I think the only other reasonable alternative then is, well, there's 2 other ones. First is set up a whole lot of deep mob learning and grow supremium, right? To get 100,000 insanium, we need 400,000 supremium. We can do that. That's kind of also awful. The option I want to go with is a wither farm. So I believe, and I could be wrong about this. If I'm wrong about this, we'll go set up, you know, 256 simulators and pretend we're playing Omnifactor again. But I believe that spawner can be made to spawn wither skeleton, or not wither skeletons, withers itself. Each wither, when you kill it, drops at least 2 insanium essence. So we just need a way to contain the withers that are spawned and then kill them. First, let's get a wither DNA swab so that we can turn a spawner into a wither spawner. Thank goodness Hypothesis lets us do this. There are other ways to spawn withers in the pack, like with our tools, but they won't be nearly as fast as a Hypothesis spawner. So there we go, wither DNA, and you can die now. Happy birthday to whoever that was. And wait, did I not get a spawn egg? Hold on, or did I just leave it on the ground? Where did my spawn wither egg go? Let's try that again. I re-swabbed the wither, and slightly annoying thing, taking the portal back like this resets all my hearts, but gives a pretty interesting chance to show you how good that regen ritual is. So I have like 5 or 6 total bars of hearts, right? If I eat food to try to regen it, it takes multiple pizzas. I can also just fly in range of that Avitas ritual for literal seconds, and I'm maxed. Anyways, wait, I swabbed. Why did all my swabs become... Can you not get wither DNA? I think the swabs just don't work if you do them from extra far away, like with your extra reach. So let's make the actual feed. It does say wither. It's entirely possible the wither's blacklisted and I'm just doing a stupid thing here, but let's Sacrifice another chicken. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Taco!
Yeah, no spawn egg there. Alright. We'll spawn our withers with our tools then. No clue if this is actually going to work because there's not actually a spawn wither item in JDI. But I have this Solium dagger that I made before that has capturing 16 on it. Is that the level of capturing when it's in my hand? Like an extra level? Nope, it's still only 16. I thought this gave... Maybe it's already counted. I don't know. But capturing gives a chance to get the mob's like spawn egg when you kill the mob. So if I kill these things with it, ow, the life bending on it is a little bit unfortunate. But I mean, I guess it's fine. No, that's not it. There's basically like about a 10% chance every kill that you get the spawn egg. So if I thought is if I kill enough withers, am I gonna get a spawn wither egg? I don't know. That's what I need. There we go. There's a spawn enderman. So the idea is, yeah, if I kill enough withers with this, maybe I'll get a spawn wither egg, because I need the egg to set the spawner. So no clue if it'll work. Let's give it a stab, I guess. I get it because I'm stabbing it with the dagger. It's a really good dagger, by the way. It has a lot of enchants on it. I think Scavenger also gives you an extra loot roll every kill or something like that. So, does this have looting on it too? It's not. But anyways, oh wow, I literally two-shot it. I'm gonna kill a few. Hopefully it works out. In fact, I could probably actually legitimately fight them. Like, who cares if a wither can hit me back, right? Be free, my children. Maybe not that one. This is working out less good than I had envisioned. Because they go to hit things that are not me. We got it? Is there one more wither? Apparently not. Not yet. Give me your spawn egg, please. I hope this works. Yeah, there we go. Spawn wither. Perfect. So now I can use this on a spawner and turn it into a wither spawner. Before I do that, I definitely want to set up a wither-proof cage, though. And if ever I should do something in a compact machine, let's do this. So I looted a rare maximum compact machine blueprint that came with all the blocks in it initially, which is really nice because the most annoying bit of the compact machine is making all the walls. So we'll do our wither farm in a compact machine where if I mess it up, well, who cares? We can just abandon it. Now inside the compact machine, I want to test, can the wither grief a spawner? And it looks like the answer is no. Can you get off the spawner, please? I want you to try your hardest. The fact that my armor has repellent on it is a little annoying. He's gone. But it seemed like the answer was no, so I think I'm safe to do this. Now I have this set to require a redstone signal to run. Oh, that might be a bad idea. It can definitely grief the lever, huh? Turns out the withers can grief the spawner, and I can't be bothered to get another spawn egg. So we're just gonna go to plan B. Probably should have tried the build and creative first, but oh well. We're gonna instead just do the deep mob learning. I saw that we actually already have 8,000 each of wither and dragon data, which we they automatically. Wait, they leveled up to basic already? I thought I have to kill one to level it up. Well, we killed one anyways. The advantage of doing it this way is that it's just simpler, and I saw that we already have 8,000 each of wither and dragon data, which means this is off of one data model producing. So if I just add a couple more, the goal was 100,000, so we need 50,000 total. I'm already like 1/3 of the way there. So if I add 2 more, we should get the remaining number in a couple of days. Regardless of how we farm our supremium, the end goal is the same. We need to make sure we have some of every tier of essence on hand, and then we have to start from the base tier ingot, so a base essence ingot, craft it into an infernium ingot, smelt it into prudentium, and then into intermedium. From there, it gets a little bit more complicated because supremium and on are made in the industrial blast furnace. So I'm going to set up blocks of industrial blast furnaces. This one here is 2500 heat. I was hoping I could stack them vertically as well. So right now, right, it's happy, but if I put an extra casing block here, it's like, nah, no can do, bro. So unfortunately, I can't stack them vertically on top of each other. We're gonna have to make separate blocks, which is a shame. I was hoping to share the casings. End of the day, like, we're already getting 4 blast furnaces per set of blocks, so it's probably not that relevant to share casings. But these, I guess these advanced casings probably aren't cheap, or probably are pretty cheap at this point. Yeah. All right, never mind. It doesn't matter in the slightest. The later stages also take more time. So to have an optimal ratio for the later ones, I think you want 1 making Superium, 2 making Supremium, and 4 making Insanium, because the crafting time doubles each tier. But that comes out to 7, and we have 8 blast furnace slots, so I just did 2 doing Superium. Probably doesn't matter. But anyways, 2 of them, yeah, I'm making Superium, sends it to the next set, makes Supremium, sends it to the next block, which, well, it would make Insanium, but I think I'm already out of... No, I'm not out of essence. What are you doing? You are... Oh, I didn't configure you to extract. Round robin extract. There we go. Now... these are crafting. When they're done, they dump the output into a drawer here, and I'll slap a storage bus on that, and eventually we will have 24,000, maybe eventually, or 23,000 Insanium ingots. Can these, I mean, I guess by the time, there is no fluid version for them, but I guess by the time we have Creative Tank, we don't need the fluid version of it anyways, because we can just make the Infinity Ingot straight up. So anyways, that is another singularity out of the way. That's also not the right cable to put there. There we go. Did I put an upgrade in you? Yes, I did. Short-term memory loss. All right, so we'll leave that be. It'll take it, again, quite some time to finish, and I get a lag spike. I get a lot of these lag spikes. Anyways, let's check up on our next board. So the control board singularities are almost done. I can probably speed her along a little bit. 22 and 23. Perfect. There's another one. Let's hit up Fluid's logic units next. And yep, everything is just available. That's what I want to see. Go. These crafters are speed. All right, make me those singularities. For my next trick, let's do dreaming or glimmering dreamwood singularities. These aren't too difficult. There's just the 2 steps. One of them might be a little slow. Step 1 is, well, I guess 3 steps. Step 1, make living wood. That's already been working for some time, and we have 32,000. Good. That's more than the 23,000 we need. Step 2, run it through the Elven portal. And for this, I'm just actually going to order it once. So if I order, what's the Elven wood called? Glimmering Dreamwood. So if I order 23,000 pieces of Dreamwood, what should happen is 23,000 wood gets spat out through that thing, and it all gets buffered in the portal. The portal has does it actually? No, it doesn't actually stay there, but it like remembers how much it owes you, and it'll it'll give it back to you slowly over time at what, like 4 or 5 items a second. So the elves will be owing us their Dreamwood for the next couple of hours, but once all the items get tossed in, so once these are all crafting, I can safely cancel this task because I don't need to actually wait for them to finish. Now that we have all the Dreamwood on the way, we just have to glimmerify it. So that's done in a Starlight Infuser. I'm thinking we'll use the one we already have because I haven't used it for anything in a really long time. We'll just modify it slightly because we'll have to, for one, like automatically feed liquid starlight into this thing, and I guess that's the only big change we have to make. A couple small adjustments here. Have the ME interface supply the Dreamwood. To insert into an automated user, for some reason you have to insert 1 item at a time. If you try to insert more than that, it's like, nah, no thanks, I don't want to do it. So make sure you have a speed downgrade in there. Besides that, there's not much to it. Leave our automated user using the resonating wand on it to start it, and make sure you automatically refill your containment chalice from your ME system. So You can speed it up, but there's really no reason to do that. We're gonna end up, it's gonna take quite a while for it to make its 23,000. It's doing maybe 1 or 2 a second, but even that, 1 a second comes out to 8-ish hours to make 23,000, and 8 hours is gonna be much faster than this, because right now we're at a whopping 1% of the way there. So that completes our low-hanging fruit singularities. I think, let's see, we've kicked off the fluids logic unit. There's 1 step left in the teleportation core, I believe. So we could just say go on this at some point. The only thing that concerns me a little is that massively parallel processor. This is 10 seconds in the precision assembler, but our precision assembler is a 64x bonus. So this is 100 ticks, or 10 seconds, 200 ticks. So it's about 3 ticks per. I think if I just kick this off when I don't need to use my precision assembler for a while, we'll be okay. In fact, I don't need my precision assembler right now, right? Let's do a different one first. I'll kick that one off when I'm done for the day. So, item IO boards. This one also, there's a small snag, and that's just because it has to craft these gears, which use a boatload of sticks. So as a result, its crafting size is huge. Maybe we'll expand one of our crafting CPUs, the one that's not in use. This one I can cancel. Okay, yeah, well, I'll expand one of them to be able to handle the 3 million-ish bytes. So I think another 50 64K should get the trick, or should do the trick. Nice box I got here, huh? So let's do 23,000. Yeah, we've got enough bytes. And this is going to take a while. That's a lot of redstone torches to craft. But it's only crafting tasks, so estimate only says 18 minutes. And again, it's an accurate estimate because every task is created equal. The fluix logic singularities are done, so let's swap this over to the next one. Alrighty. How many singularity types do we have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of 12. Items are crafting. We started glimmering today. We've started insanium today. We can start, let's just start these now. We're nearing the end of the episode anyways. I don't think it'll block us. Start that up. So those will, again, it'll take a little while because of this machine here. But I mean, it's real. It's a quick machine. Cool. Anyways, on their way. And yeah, just a fun one now. EV capacitors. Let's take a look at this. I don't think we'll be able to finish them today. However, we've actually got this down to 2 million bytes already. So now that the iridium alloy plates are passively crafted already, what's left? I ate into my advanced circuit stock to the point where I don't have enough. Elite control circuits. I think I swapped this recipe around a few times. There's 2, this is just a crafting recipe, that's fine. There's 2 main ways to craft it. You either use elite processors or computer chips. First of all, obviously I'm doing it in the assembly machine because it's 4 times as efficient, although it does take 2 seconds per in here, which means that 23, so it's 46,000 seconds, 15 hours of crafting time. I guess 15 hours isn't that bad. But anyways, yeah, definitely craft it in the assembly machine because it's 4 times the yield of doing it by hand. But at one point I had the elite processor as my crafting method, but I think this uses huge amounts of some of these weird dusts that you can only easily make with rock hounding or QMD, both of which, if I need like 10, 100, maybe I can scrounge it together. But if I need thousands, it was like 20,000 of some of those dusts, that wasn't happening. So I switched this recipe over to use computer chips, which aren't cheap, but they're a different kind of not cheap. So let's see if I add in maybe the couple missing recipes, like the helium cell, maybe we can kick it off today. I mean, like if it has to craft advanced circuits on demand, that's not the end of the world. Let's give it a shot. The helium cell recipe is very easy to do. All we have to do is fill cells. And I think I have a massive tank of helium somewhere from when I was doing air centrifuging, right? Nitrogen, argon, neon, helium. Is this enough? Any helium? Well, this is, let's see. I can fill 26,000 cells off that. And I need 34. By the time we get around to it, I mean, there's like 7,000 difference. We'll get that difference made up in no time. So what I need to do is that a storage box? I'm out of... Nope. There's one face left on the bottom. Yeah, okay. I believe this thing can just fill cells on its own, right? Like, I wish these lag spikes would go away. Yeah, looks like if I just drop empty cells in and we can automatically IO into it. So this thing is basically a cell filling machine. To build another large crafting computer, because my two that I already have are, well, they're busy. They're doing things. So another one to handle the EV capacitor. I'm least confident that this one will actually finish in the time given. There's definitely a lot of background tasks that it needs to do. But let's fire it up, see if it'll craft, and perhaps we'll just stop there for today. Leave all this to go. 13 hours is a very optimistic guess. I guess the bare minimum is the time it takes to craft these in the assembly. Oh, but we get 4 per, so it's only like 23,000 divided by 4 is what, like, oh, it's less. Hold on, math. 23,000 divided by 4 is 24,000 divided by 4 approximately is 6,000. So 6,000 times 20 seconds. 12,000 seconds. That's not too bad. That's a 4-ish hours. I think 3 to 4 hours. Okay, never mind. No, maybe there's a fighting chance that by the time I start recording next episode, all of these tasks are done. And I guess we'll just leave it be and see if that's the case. We're almost at the end of the massive crafting part of the pack. So at this point, let's come here. All the singularities, at least the items for the singularities, we are crafting, which means we're almost at the point where we can make the infinity catalyst. There's some other things that go into here too. Most notably, there's like neutronium as part of the ultimate stew, so we can't actually make it yet, but these are, we need 23 walruses. All right, fine. 23 of these, 23 of these. Like, yeah, there's some challenges in here, but they're not going to be nearly as the same scope as these singularities, with the exception of neutronium. But there is one remaining supercraft, and that is fusion coils. The crafting of the infinity ingot is done in a reactor size 50 fusion computer. So reaction size size 50 is this many, which I think is like 3,300-ish coils. I don't have a calculator on me at the moment, but I don't think I can just say make me 3,300 fusion coils. Maybe I'm closer than I expect. Yeah, actually, there's seeds regrowing these. Maybe we can start off next video by starting this craft. I don't know. I've already pre-crafted the casings, or no, not those casings, the frames, because the machine frames take 10 seconds each to craft, and I thought about this. Okay, whatever, we'll tackle this next time. I'm just mumbling to myself now, so why don't we wrap up here today? We'll come back next time, do that craft, and then move on to nuclear engineering and quantum Minecraft dynamics. That sounds like a whole lot of fun. Anyways, that's it for today. See you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.